Hi, I'm a huge fan of Batman, um, but there are some popular Batman things that I think don't work the best. And unfortunately, and I feel like this could be a very, very unpopular opinion, but I think that The Dark Knight isn't one of the better Batman films. And I want to make it clear because I think that The Dark Knight is like the most popular Batman film, one of the most popular superhero films of all time. Um, I want to make it clear I'm expressing my honest opinions, and I'm not gonna pretend like there aren't things about the film that work. Like they're clear. A lot of the casting choices I think work. I think a lot of the performances really work. The film is very professional looking. Some well done action scenes and stuff like that. Some very good music. Technically speaking, on a lot of the technical aspects, well made film. It's very hard to argue with that. But I feel like a lot of the story and the characterizations aren't the best. Where I feel like why I'm not the biggest fan of The Dark Knight, I think is actually why a lot of people like The Dark Knight is that in a lot of ways it doesn't feel like a superhero film. It very much feels like a crime thriller, a very serious, realistic, grounded uh, drama and action film. And because of that, I think it could be argued that it's a good crime thriller, but is it a good superhero film? I think that The Dark Knight doesn't really work too well as a superhero film and a Batman film in some ways. And I want to make it clear that there are aspects of the film that I like. There are scenes in the film that I like. I think that Scarecrow's cameo is a lot of fun. I think that Eric Roberts is very entertaining as Sal Maroni. Um, the Joker has some fleeting moments that are entertaining. And there's some good lines and stuff like that. So I make it clear there are things about the film that do appeal to me that I do like. So I'm not trying to make it seem like The Dark Knight is terrible or anything like that. And I don't think it's the worst Batman film. I don't even think it's the worst live action Batman film. I do think it is significantly better than The Batman. But to be honest, in terms of the Christopher Nolan Batman films, I do like Batman Begins more. I do like the story and the journey for Batman more. Um, and I like a lot of the previous Batman films. I actually like how much a lot of the films focused on the villains. I think like the Tim Burton films did a really good job of focusing on the villains and Batman. I thought it was fantastic. But I did like how Batman Begins was very much focused on Batman. I felt like it was good to have at least one big live action, big screen Batman focus on Batman. And then The Dark Knight, I feel like it does focus on Batman, but also sharing a lot of the spotlight with the Joker and Harvey Dent. I am a huge fan of Two Face, and I'm not the biggest fan of Two Face in The Dark Knight. Harvey Dent has a lot of screen time, not a lot of Two Face. And it's good to set Harvey Dent up, but I feel like having like what, like a hour and a half of Harvey Dent and just like, I don't know, like what, brief him out, like what, 20 minutes, half hour of Two Face, and I feel like there's just not enough Two Face. I feel like a lot of that is where the interesting stuff would come from. And Harvey Dent, I feel like his complicated morality struggling between his good side, his bad side. I feel like there's so much focus on the good side, and it's not terribly interesting to be honest. And a big problem, the character of Rachel Dawes. Rachel Dawes and Bruce Wayne, they have chemistry as friends, but as far as I know, I don't think they ever actually dated, but Bruce Wayne apparently wants to give up being Batman so he can be in a romantic relationship with Rachel, even though she's dating Harvey Dent. It seems like his plan is basically he wants Rachel to dump her boyfriend, and then he wants that boyfriend, Harvey, to do the hero work for him. So basically, he wants Harvey to basically do all his work for him while he gets his girlfriend to be with him. That doesn't really make Bruce look terribly likable, where it seems like he's awfully preoccupied with ruining Harvey and Rachel's relationship, so he can not even get Rachel back. Since, as far as I know, they were never a couple. It seemed like they were just childhood friends and didn't see each other that much in between. Um, but it seems like the classic Hollywood thing where like a man and a woman being really close friends but not getting romantically together. It seems like a preposterous thought. It seemed like Bruce and Rachel, they do have good childhood friendship chemistry, but the romantic chemistry just feels like it's really not there. So it's really hard to buy Bruce wanting to give up being Batman. It's the thing I have a problem with Mask of the Phantasm, where Bruce is like, it's either he gets together with the girl or he beats Batman. Seems like those are the only two options: being a romantic relationship or being Batman. It seems like getting a bunch of friends and social life and just working on charities and all that stuff and helping without wearing the Batman costume and all that stuff. Seems like it's either just the girl or Batman. Those are the only two options. Seems like family, friends. I mean, Alfred, basically his father, and Lucius Fox is a good friend, and Jim Gordon's a good friend, and you could probably make lots of other friends and develop lots of connections. It's like, Bruce is like, whatever. Seems to be whatever about that. Just either Rachel or nothing. That's it. I don't like that. I think it makes Bruce seem unlikable, to be honest. It seems like the girl or nothing. It seems like, wait, Bruce. Family, friendship, just either no romance or Batman. Just, I don't like that. Christian Bale, I think, really got the physicality of Batman right. Played Bruce Wayne well. And his Batman voice in Batman Begins, not too bad, but in The Dark Knight, it is pretty distracting when he talks. It feels like a voice that. It feels like it's out of place in The Dark Knight, and it is distracting when he talks. Christian Bale did a lot of elements of Batman very well, but I think a different voice should have been done. When it comes to the Joker, I think Heath Ledger's performance really works. But I am not the biggest fan of the Joker being obsessed with just making a point where trying to basically be a cynical person trying to prove some people wrong. I feel like not a very interesting motivation. I like a Joker that could be really random, hilarious, doing very weird stuff. I feel like the Joker in The Dark Knight just feels like a guy who is pretentious, and the character, not anybody that worked on the film, just the character himself feels pretentious, just making these self-important speeches, and just I feel like that's not very compelling or interesting. Where he does have some cool lines and a few funny moments, for the most part, he's not a terribly exciting character to watch, in my opinion. So a lot of the big characters, Bruce, I mean, he has some cool stuff as Batman, but as Bruce with the whole Rachel thing, not terribly likable. Joker feeling pretentious. Harvey being a little boring and not enough Two-Face. Rachel not being a good love interest character. Jim Gordon, Lucius Fox, Alfred Pennyworth, not much to complain about. Good supporting characters. Sal Maroni, good supporting villain. But some of the big stuff I feel like doesn't work the best. So I feel like The Dark Knight, is it a well made film in a lot of aspects? Yes, but I feel like the story could have been better, and I feel like as a superhero film, I don't think it works the best. But I am not super intelligent, I know, and there could be a lot of huge, wonderful things about the film that I am missing because I'm not very well good at analyzing stuff. I want to express my opinions though, and that is how I feel. And you can let me know if I'm missing out on some important stuff. But I wanted to share how I feel about The Dark Knight.